De Huerco, esto es Marketing Insights, conmigo, Arjen Shahani. Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos de nuevo a un episodio de Huerco Marketing Insights. En esta ocasión vamos a hacer algo un poquito diferente. Vamos a tener una entrevista en inglés y ahorita les platico por qué. Welcome. I'm here with Jennifer Kirsty. Jennifer is the president of the Alcuin Parents Club. Alcuin School is a school here in Dallas. That's where we are. That's why we're doing this in English. Jennifer, welcome.
Thank you.
I wanted to have this episode, this conversation with you in order to share with our audience something that just happened last night. And I want to tell our audience about what Alcuin School is and what the Alcuin Parents Club is. So it's this school in Dallas we've been working on for almost a year now, I think, building up to this event. And it's the Alcuin Auction. And it's the biggest event that they have in the year. It's a fundraising event. And it involves a lot of the community coming together in order to support the school. And it takes a lot of organizing, a lot of long nights, a lot of hard work from you guys. So I wanted to take this moment to sort of like wrap up. We just had the event last night. It went awesome. To try to capture some best practices that we could share with people who want to try to do something similar as you guys did, because I think it was just amazing. So the auction has been going on for many years now, but this time it was a little bit special. It was, well, I mean, every time it's special, but I think this one had a big concept behind it, and I think you guys really put your heads into what you wanted to project behind this concept of Alcuin Onward. So maybe we can start the conversation with you telling me about what was behind that and what you wanted to sort of share through this concept of Alcuin Onward.
Absolutely. So this year was our 60th anniversary of our school. And so last year, actually, the last year's auction celebrated the 60th year. So we almost started out at a negative thinking, oh, it was at such a high. How would we come back from that? How would we do better, do something more? And I think that's when we started talking, when we said, oh, do something more. Well, we have to think about the future of our school. We're also experiencing a major change in our school. Our head of school is leaving, whom is a beloved person within our community. And so we really wanted to try to use the opportunity to celebrate him and his legacy, and also look towards the future on where we were headed. And that's kind of how we landed on Alcuin Onward.
Great. I think people were really happy with the concept. It was all over the place in the ballroom. It looked really nice. Now, as I mentioned, this was a year in the making. A lot of hard work. I was able to see you guys going through those long nights and those, all those phone calls, all those efforts to put these things together. I can say it's no small task, and congratulations for that. So I wanted to sort of touch upon what were the biggest challenges that you guys faced running an event like this one, and how you overcame that.
So it wasn't me alone. I had a great team, you included. We really made a lot of decisions early on. I think that sort of solidified what our plan was, what our theme was, where did we want to hold the event, and kind of what we were looking to accomplish. And I think that helped set the tone for how the event would go. So a big thing for me and my co-chair was we wanted to create community. So we wanted to have that as a baseline. We wanted to get more people involved. We wanted people to feel like they were part of our community when we wanted to celebrate that. And so really everything we did had that lens in mind. So, whenever we were thinking about raising money or asking someone for money, it was like, well, how can we also help them? Or how can we demonstrate that their business to our community? We thought of creative ways, like with our website that you helped us, having, showing people's company emblems and things like that. So we really were focusing on the people first, like the head of school and what were we raising money for, right? And so that was we did that with all the intent of looking at the community and how could we make them more involved.
I want to capture something that you just mentioned, because I think a lot of times when people are doing fundraising, we're so exposed, and every time there's always somebody saying, I'm fundraising. And a lot of times it's, can you give me $5 for whatever this kid's doing or this other kid's doing? But I think that the key to what you guys were able to build was that there was a big strategy behind that.
Mm-hmm.
And you were talking about this sense of community and giving a sense and a logic to that. So I think one of the invitations that we could give to our audience is like, make it a lot more than just the fundraising itself, but give it meaning and give it a purpose and communicate effectively on that purpose, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Another big thing for us was being transparent.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted people to know what their money was going towards. And so I think a lot of times that gets lost when you're raising money. But that was just a big thing for us. It was super important. We were always overly communicating when it came to that.
Great. And I think it shows, and one of the ways that it shows that you guys managed to come up with and attract more than 200 sponsors for this event, between people buying tables for the event, donating items, or providing experiences that could be auctioned off. So I think it was a blast, and I think it was a great night for fundraising for Alcuin. Now, these 200 sponsors, and again, it's no easy task. Could you tell us a little bit about how achieving that provided success from a financial standpoint to Alcuin Onward?
So I don't know the exact numbers, but we did look at it. The majority of our sponsors were from parents.
Okay.
And so I think a lot of that has to do with me and my co-chairs' intent to build community. And we started that at the very beginning of the year before we were even talking about auction. So we were out there meeting new families, engaging them in our parents club meetings, talking about all the exciting things that we had going on. And we actually had little parties along the way. We call them best parties. And that just means it's just a small event to raise money for the school. So we would do we had a pumpkins in the park party. So we would do little parties like that to try to engage the community early on. And I think it sort of led up to this big bang at the end. But everything we did was to try to connect with people. And I truly believe that that was because of her and I. A lot of the engagement that we got was because people felt comfortable with us, felt safe with us, knew that what we were doing and how hard we were working to raise money for the school.
I think that one other thing that it might make sense to talk a little bit about, I think it's one of the things that went really well last night, is the fact that you provided something for everybody. When you only have one model, it's like, this is what we're going to do. Well, that might not vibe with me, you know? You guys had, from the ticket sales, and even within the ticket sales model, you could buy a table, you could buy individual seating, and then you had different releases of different prices. So you had an early access price and then a regular price. But even when people got to the event, you could do the silent auction, you could do the raffle, you could do the fund a need, and even within the auction, you had the heads or tails. So different dynamics, I think, just provides options for people, and some people like one format and some people like the other. So I think if I can capture something from that, is the creativity and just the 360 approach. I think that's one of the things that made it really work, don't you?
I totally agree with you. You have to sort of meet people where they are. And so I think giving everyone different ways to give back to the school. And sometimes that doesn't even mean money. So volunteers as well. So we try to create that again all year with our just building the community. And so that gave us the opportunity to hit people in different ways to give back to the school.
Great. So if we could look at everything that you guys did, and you wanted to say, I'm going to capture that one thing that if people want to have success in their events for fundraising or just organizing an event like you guys did, something to copy with pride, what do you think it would be?
I think building relationships with people is the most important. And I don't think that happens overnight, and that takes time. So you can't just expect to go to knock on someone's door and ask for money and expect them to say yes. I think you have to build a relationship with that person, be transparent. And I think then you will be wildly successful like we were last night.
Yeah, cool. And then let's talk a little bit about the main event, which was the auction itself. Well, maybe even the Mr. Sorenson's whole legacy fund. But let's talk about the auction for a minute. A lot of the times when you have organizations coming up with an auction, you get people to donate things, and usually it's something that I'm not gonna use or something that's like low value. And then what happens is that people, well, they're mostly bidding because they're thinking more of a donation than of the fact that this is something that I really want. This is something aspirational. And that didn't happen last night. You guys had a set of auction items which were really amazing experiences. Like you had special seatings for a maths game, or you had deluxe experiences traveling anywhere around the world. So it was really, really amazing experiences and things that people don't usually have access to. Can you tell me a little bit about what was the logic behind actually putting in that extra work and that extra effort to actually get to that? Because that's not an easy task.
I agree. I think I can't not say we have a leg up, that we have some pretty amazing parents in our community that have access to these certain things. Mm-hmm. For example, one of the people that helped us, he is a physical therapist, and he works on like hockey players and basketball players within our community. And so he had the opportunity to help us out. And that, again, was because of the relationship we've built with him, where he would say, this would be so great for the event if I could organize it. So we were very blessed that we had people coming, I'm not going to lie, out of the woodworks giving us stuff. And I truly think it's because of the relationships that we had with all the people. I know I keep saying that, but because they knew what our intent was and what we were trying to do. Some of this stuff, we did also spend time, literally canvassing neighborhoods within our community. So restaurants and businesses that were all within walking distance of our community, to say, hey, we frequent these organizations, our parents frequent these organizations, it would be good for you to be part of our auction. And yes, everywhere we went. So it was challenging, that part. Yeah. It's easier for someone to just come to you and say, here you go.
Sure.
But we did both things, and we tried to hit it from different angles so that we didn't leave any, stones unturned.
Got it. All right. Yesterday, when the event was going to start, we left. We went to the event around noon. You were driving a U-Haul.
I was.
Filled with all this stuff that was going to be set up. And you got to your house around 3 a.m. After working a long time, after achieving an incredible amount of success, and hopefully having a lot of fun as well. Yes. And now you're doing this interview. How do you feel? How are you up? And what was the conclusion of the event? Do you feel satisfied, fulfilled? What was the general? It was a roller coaster.
It was a roller coaster. I had a great partner to help me along the way. You were there as well, helping us load and unload, which is, I think, beyond the scope of your role. So we very much appreciated it. I was so nervous about how it was going to go, even though I know we put everything into it that we had. I mean, long nights, I don't feel like we did not do something. We worked so hard. So being able to stand up on stage and announce that we raised more money than the school had ever raised before, over $800,000. Yeah. It's still honestly surreal. I think I'm on a high from it. But after that part was over and we did that, I just had the best time celebrating with everyone and dancing, and it was such an awesome ending to the night, to be able to announce that we raised more than ever, celebrate our head of school, make him feel. He sent us an email this morning that he just was so thankful for how we made him feel so special and his legacy could live on. And I mean, to me, that part was worth more than the money, but it was just such an awesome night. And I'm so glad you were there to celebrate with us.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely.
It was a lot of fun. And we're looking forward to next year
as
well.
Yes, absolutely.
So, the event just wrapped up. We can put Alcuin Onward behind us, and then we're looking onward. We're looking to the future, and you're already thinking of things that you want to do for next year. Amazingly, day after that.
Absolutely.
So, maybe can you give us a sneak peek of where you're looking that this event can go from what you saw last night?
Because of the competitive nature of me and my co-chair, I think that we will want to try to beat our record that we had this year. I don't know if it's possible, but I know we will. That will be our intent, because that's just the kind of people that we are. And it's for the school. I mean, it's for our children. It's, it's much bigger than, raising money for, I don't know, it just has such a purpose, and we both truly believe in it. And I think that's probably why it makes it so much fun and easy. Yeah. But I think now we have so many exciting things to look forward to. We're going to have a new head of school. And that's such an exciting time. And what's the school going to look like, in the next 60 years? So it's really going to be, what's the next chapter? I think that'll sort of play on our theme for next year.
Awesome. I think you gave us a little bit about that and about what's going to be behind the actual theme of the event. So we really look forward to it. Thank you for giving us this time and talking to our audience about the event. Congratulations once again, and we look forward to it next year. Muchísimas gracias por escucharnos en este episodio de Welcome Marketing Insights, en donde me acompañó Jennifer Kursky del Alcuin Parents Club, y nos vemos en el siguiente. Marketing Insights es posible gracias al equipo de Welcome Marketing Solutions. Edición de video, Claudia Cruz, y su host, Arjen Shahani. Música de Suno.com. Encuentra nuestros episodios cada mes en Spotify y YouTube. Para más información de nuestros servicios, visita huerco.mx. Eso es huerco con W y con K. Lo repito, huerco.mx. Y no te olvides de seguirnos en redes sociales. Da like, follow y todo lo demás. Ya te la sabes. Gracias y hasta la próxima.